Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my home. I am Brian. With all the recent changes in Medicaid funding in our state and recent layoffs at other organizations that provide services similar to ours, a question came up recently among employees. Does having a union contract provide protections against being laid off? Very important question. That's what we're going to talk about today. Before we get going, you know what I'm about to say. Like, subscribe, share. Keep these messages circulating. Encourage broadening the conversation. Ask questions, and like always, please push back. Today's question is a direct reply to someone reaching out to me a couple days ago, and I am doing my best to answer questions with direct, honest answers. All caps, no word salad. So, would having a union contract protect against being laid off? Short answer, nope. But having a union contract could have protections for employees by providing protocols that executive management would have to follow when rolling out layoffs. When employees are at the table negotiating their collective bargaining agreement or CBA, layoffs are generally primary subject of bargaining. Much like wages, so as evidence shows, an employee who has a union contract generally makes median usual weekly earnings of $1,263, while non-union workers had median usually weekly earnings of $1,090. Those are numbers directly from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics 2023 Union Membership Annual News Release. So, it's not a promise of protection against being laid off, but having a union contract in place does, in fact, have processes and protocol management need to follow when layoffs are necessary. And yes, sometimes layoffs are necessary. We work in mental health and provide services, but we still need to make money in order to keep doors open. It is in part a business. We'll explore that later. Back to the topic. Union contracts. So how do layoffs and collective bargaining agreement fit into the same sentence? Simple. I've already said it. Protocol. Remember what happened to a non-union workforce recently in our area? Summit Stone? 75 employees were laid off, most with no notice and zero severance. Here's where I'll give you a promise. With a union contract, that doesn't happen. During the bargaining process, employees and employer work together in good faith to agree upon, and these are just examples, things like notice provisions, the amount of time an employer is required to tell an employee of an upcoming layoff. 2, seniority privileges, employees who have been with the company longer or more likely to remain working. What recall rights would look like, giving employees the opportunity to return to work if that becomes a possibility. And another example would be communication, that all this decision making is made transparent to employees. These are just examples of what would be built into a union contract. We don't have one, we don't know what it's going to look like, but we can try. Again, no promises other than this is in writing, and if it's in writing, it's followed. And why? Because it's a legally binding contract that you and your employer have agreed upon. So you can be laid off with a union contract. Union contract is not a protection against layoffs. And that should be good news to my employer as well, because we understand the need to keep lights on and water running. But we're also experiencing uncertainty and fielding a lot of non-answers to questions. And with all these changes and opportunities, my CEO's words, we think it might be time to seize this opportunity, advocate for ourselves, and make some changes that could give us a little more peace of mind that our lights stay on and our water running. So what we're doing is we're asking you to join us in an effort to make our workplace a leader in our industry, a workplace that doesn't pay lip service to equity and empathy, a workplace that lives up to the standards of their mission statement of inspiring hope, improving lives, and strengthening our community. And we're asking employees to join us in an effort to put in place these protocols by supporting unionizing our workplace. And we can do this.